you want to learn how to take photos just like these using your very own phone? Stay tuned to find out, because that's what we're exploring in today's video. So let's get into it. Starting off with our equipment. What we're going to be using is a simple tripod, a phone mount to hold the phone still, and of course, your phone. Okay, so the first phone we're going to be starting with is the iPhone 16 Pro, and what we want to do is open up the camera app, and up the top left there should be a small circle with a line through it. You want to click that, it's the one on the right, make sure, and it should come up with 5 seconds or 3 seconds or something like that. It changes onto how much light, so when I lift it up it turns itself off, when I put it down it should go to 5. Now 5 seconds isn't enough to capture a lot of detail, because the way the cameras work, they open up the sensor for however long you set it for, and that allows all the light to come in. So what we want to do is either click this little arrow up here, or simply swipe up on our screen, and there's a little yellow circle here. I'm going to click that, and that will bring up this little dial. So you then swipe it all the way there, and boom, it's around 30 seconds. Now, this is where the tripod comes in handy, right? Because if I was to pick it up and hold onto it, right, moving it around, it's on 10 seconds. I leave it, automatically switches to 30. So it lets in 30 seconds of light. And that is what we're going for. Alright, so we have the Samsung or the Android. It can work with any Android phone. Set out. So same thing again, we go into camera, go across to more, then up the top left there is Pro. So there is night mode, but if you want more customizability and better settings, go to Pro Camera, and you'll see on the left it says ISO. You want to make sure that that's all the way across here. Speed, you want to set that at the absolute max possible. Focus, manual, and white balance, auto. Now see, right, it can only do 10. That's why I prefer my iPhone, because it can do 30 seconds. Your phone might be able to do more, that's awesome. But what I'm working with here can only do, can only do that. So yeah, that's all the settings you'll need. And now we head out to the field. One last thing I thought I'd mention is when you're taking photos of the night sky, it's very important to be in a dark area. So I understand that a lot of people might not have the option to be in a countryside or away from city lights, but to the best of your ability, try and get away from any overhead lighting like street lights, outdoor lights in your house, even just house lights, any of that. So if there's like a field somewhere or a park, head there and you'll get way better results, trust me. You can use apps such as Light Pollution Map, or I think mine's Outdoor Skies or something. I can't remember the exact name. I'll name both of them down in the description below. Yeah. But anyway, let's head out under the stars and get capturing. Just while we're waiting for me to take the photos here, this is post-recording Jamie. I thought I'd just say that if you want to see more of my photos and check out my gallery, then I will leave a link to my social media in the description. On my Instagram I have a lot of my astrophotography, and on my TikTok I have quite a lot of my other landscape photography. Yeah, so feel free to check that out, it would mean a lot to me. Yeah, hope you enjoy. Okay, so now we're back inside and we will be reviewing and doing a little bit of editing on the photos. So this is called post-processing. Now this is pretty simple, we don't want to overdo it. So you get your photo, this is on iPhone, go to the settings. The auto isn't bad, but I think we can get better. Kind of bring up the exposure. A little bit. Raise the highlights a little bit. Don't really need to touch the shadows too much. Contrast a little bit. Brightness we can bring down, touch. This is all preference. Whatever you think looks better. I prefer to do a little bit less than most people, just because I think it's so easy to overdo it that you just want to do a little bit. Now, whenever you're editing these, do not touch sharpness. Sharpness makes it look really weird and artifacty and just, yeah. That should be it. And now you have your very own astrophoto. That's pretty cool. I will now do it on the Android. So now we're on the Android, and same again, open up the photo, find the one you want to edit, and on Android there should be a little pencil icon. You click that, and click the little dial with dots around it, and check the auto. Yeah, the auto isn't bad, but again, I think we can do better. Maybe bring up the brightness a little bit. Maybe exposure, bring down the brightness maybe. Yeah, that contrast looks cool. Bring up the highlights. I'm gonna raise the shadows a little bit. This is where this is where the magic comes in, because you can see it's quite blue. But if you raise it up, it gets rid of that blue. Yeah, I think that's cool. And there we go. That is the basic tutorial on post-processing on your phone. And now you have your very own photo on Android. Alright, and with that wraps up my very short tutorial on how to take astrophotos using your phone. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to find out how to do more advanced techniques using a camera, such as a DSLR, then stay tuned, because if this video does well enough, then I will do a tutorial on that. But for now, thank you, and have a good day or night. Bye.